They think they have the makings of a good team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Londoners, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for, ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
He's really been someone special to watch this season and brings a real unique element to their offense. Even with defenses focusing on him all year, he still sits fourth in the league in yardage. Hard to come up with an answer for a back playing as well as he has been. They've got their work cut out for them in this one as he chases another big week.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Back whip. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll try to throw now. Young. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Young off the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a saying.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and the opening drive of the game yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. The handoff to Ford up the middle, and he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Call it a loss Loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, it bowls over. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Beckwith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've just...
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
And Young's throw there incomplete. When you look at this defense, they're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top...
Oh, wide open, complete, touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lumberjacks are able to extend their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Looks like a 2nd empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Pulled in at the 24. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Here is Young. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They run the counter. Beckwith. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Looking to throw, Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That throw by Young incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Now Young. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes our score 17-0. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Simpson. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ford. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
At the 22-yard line.
Off play action. Simpson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 63 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Simpson. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Simpson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
17-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Simpson over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake. Simpson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And down inside the 15 he goes. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They run with Ford. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Simpson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Thunderbirds are able to cut into that deficit. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Like somebody thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
It's Young off play action. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They fight forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Simpson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Simpson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Young to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Young. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. It'll be Young again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lumberjacks are able to widen their advantage.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. This is Ford. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Off play action.
Simpson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
At the 23-yard line.
To throw, Young. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wells. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready, break. Keep the pressure on him, defense.
To the air once more, Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Wells. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
First down, Lumberjacks.
A first down throw for Young. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the red zone now, Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down. Now Young. And not able to get it that time. He'd hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll throw again. Young firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lumberjacks are able to add on to their first half lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, check that. Unlock line.
Off the play fake. Simpson.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, Simpson. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover. As he'll a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
On 3rd down, Simpson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will stay a 3-score game at 24.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. But that is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
A final shot before break.
Simpson He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this one is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Bijan Robinson, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Tua Tagovailoa has thrown a touchdown pass.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And the half will begin with a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Simpson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Olave holds it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Up the middle they go. Ford. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
The slot man in motion right.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
That ball caught by Campbell. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get...
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Thunderbirds are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half.
And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover. Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed. The Canton offense takes over once again. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. They'll run on first down. It's Ford. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Again, they turn to Ford. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Simpson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Thunderbirds' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. You and I talk a lot about these special teams and how important those can be. That comes into play here. The defense, not very alert. And this is something you work on all the time as a defender. Always saying, alert, be ready for the fake. But sometimes you fall asleep anyway. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Young looks to throw on first down. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Young off the play fake. Throw out wide is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down,
They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw on second down, Simpson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
London about set to take over on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Young. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now here's Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Wells. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Again, it's Young.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So, my goodness, I would have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the 2nd half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive.
Simpson. The pass caught by Olave. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player. And not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Now a handoff up the middle. Ford. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Simpson. And this is going to be incomplete.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Young will set to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. Here comes the Canton offense to set up shop. And our game's had a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down. Simpson. Pressure comes and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack as a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a first down throw for Young. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Looking to throw, Young. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Young working out of the gun. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 15 and a first.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
It'll be Young again.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On second down now, Beckwith. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Third down, Young from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Third and short yardage, Young. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Wells. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Young now. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
The Canton offense takes over once again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looking to throw on second down. Simpson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down. Simpson in trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And on now is the punter. standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. They'll start this drive out on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Wells. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Now Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. From the shotgun, it's Young. Got a man, that's Ward. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Young. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Young to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's third and goal now.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Up the middle they go. Beckwith calling no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Throwing to start the drive. Simpson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw on second down. Simpson. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Operating from the gun. Simpson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Here comes second down at 5.
Looking to throw on second down. Simpson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Here's second down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
London about set to take over on offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
On first down,
Beckwith brought down at the 20.
now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's 3rd and 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. Beckwith. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Brandon, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for London, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will head back home next week.
Meanwhile, for Canton,
they'll sink now to 0-4. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.